Now, this is a quite interesting article, and I had to speak on this article, especially because of the fact that this is where my grandfather is from, Camilla, Georgia, and my family owns a lot of property down there. Okay, um, but this article is interesting because the Camilla mayor is boycotting the city council meetings. Why is he doing that? Well, he's doing that because of segregation and I guess discrimination things. Now, the main thing is that he's boycotting because the graveyards are segregated, meaning blacks are not able to be buried next to whites. Now there's more detailed articles out there, okay? But I'm going to put this on the bottom. You guys can feedback or do your research and find those more detailed articles that talk on this. But black people want to be buried next to white people. And because of the fact that the graveyards are segregated, and because of the fact that Camilla, Georgia is segregated, black people have a problem with that. And also I like to mention too that he became mayor, but they refused to give him the keys to the city. But I just want to speak on the segregation part because I'm confused. I thought this is what black people wanted. Now, there's black people, black dudes mainly, that always comment my videos and they say things like integration was the worst thing that happened for black people. And they say that black people need to be segregated. So if you really believe that, those of you who believe that, Camilla, Georgia will be a great place for you to live because that place is segregated. So if segregation is what black people want, what's the problem here? In the words of Tyrese, what more do you want from me? Not me, but those white folks. What more do you want from those white folks? You say you want to be segregated, but you refuse to leave America. You have the freedom to leave. No one is oppressing you. No one is holding you here against your will. You're here because you want to be here. Now, some of y'all may say, I was born here. This is my home. And then you will go into all of these historical accounts where you feel that black people, this is your land. You believe this is your land. But yet you were brought here on boats, your ancestors. So I'm confused. If segregation is what you want, why are these people fighting to be buried next to white people? Why? And why are you continuously begging white people for the things that white people created? See, black people don't support black people. I talk about that all the time. Black people don't create for themselves. You say you're being oppressed here. You're saying that you're being discriminated against. You're saying that the white man is keeping you down, but you're here. You refuse to leave. And I'm talking mainly to those dudes and females that claim they have knowledge. Those people that claim that they are scholars. You claim to be a scholar and you claim to have knowledge. You claim to be strong and independent from the white man, but yet you're still here in the white man's America complaining about what you can't have and how the white man is overpowering you and how the white man got his foot on your neck. So what's the problem here? I don't see a problem here, especially if black people want segregation. You want segregation. Just think of how things were back before even the 60s when I was born, right? And when segregation really existed. And how when you went into white people's restaurant, they refused to serve you because you were black. Why didn't they go into white people's restaurant or black people restaurants? Or why didn't black people create restaurants for themselves? But you wanted to go inside the white man's restaurant that they created for themselves because you believe that the white man's food was better. The white man's ice was colder. See, you wanted integration. You wanted to be able to sit next to white people. You wanted your children to sit next to white people in white people's classroom and being taught by white people. But yet now you complain about the education system. You complain about the miseducation, or you refer to it as miseducation. But yet you are not even qualified to teach your own children. You may attempt to teach your own children, but you're not qualified to teach your own children because you barely made it through high school. You barely made it through school, or you might even dropped out of school and then decide to go back later on for your GED. But yet you want to teach your child how to be ignorant. So what's wrong with being segregated? Because that's what black people are crying for. That's what black people say they want. Now, I'm going to read just a small portion of this article. It's a small article, and it's got some documents here, right? But it just says, Mayor Davis posted an announcement to his Facebook page on Monday, informing residents that he would not be attending city council meetings as a form of peaceful protest against widespread disciplinary and segregationist practices within the city. So what's wrong with being segregated? Isn't this what you wanted? Black people, what more do you want from them? What more do you want? And why are you still here in America complaining? You're not doing anything. You're not contributing, not only to your own, not even to your own neighborhood. And if you do contribute something, it's violence and death. You support that. So what more do you want from them? And it has press release and documents and stuff like that. It says Mayor Davis also cited concerns over a $40,000 pay raise and proposed contract extension for the retiring city manager. Today we are urging the public to be aware and reject these extremely unfair policies and practices, Mayor Davis said in a statement which he concluded with, Camilla Gell's not okay. Mayor Davis says Tallahassee attorney Ben Crump will be representing him. We will have more on this story tonight on Eyewitness News. So if you read the extended articles that's on the internet, there's more articles I read, and it gets into detail, and it talks about the cemetery, how he's protesting that because you have black cemeteries or graveyards and you have white graveyards. Why would you want to be in the white man's heaven? Why would you want to be buried next to the same oppressor that oppressed you, according to you, and your ancestors? Why? Why? You want to be segregated, but you want to be buried next to the white man. You want to go to the white man's heaven or hell. So why is that? So what more do you want from them? I thought segregation was okay with you. So why are black people still fighting to be integrated with a people that you feel that's oppressing you? I don't understand. Help me to understand this. And you always talk about how blacks of the past, of old, made mistakes. You talk about their mistakes, or what you call or perceive as mistakes. You say that integration was the worst thing that ever happened for black people, but yet you want to be buried next to white people. You want to be buried next to them. It hurts your feelings. And I guess you probably feel that the white cemeteries are more clean. They're more modernized. They look better than the ghetto cemeteries, because black people don't take care of their cemeteries like the white people do. Just like white people take care of their neighborhoods better than the black people do. It's unfortunate because when black people move into nice neighborhoods, white people move out. More black people move in, but then as time goes on, it becomes the ghetto. So that's why blacks are following white people, because you even think that white people are better than you. That's why you want to be integrated, but yet you out there preaching hate and segregation. You say Black Lives Matter. So if Black Lives Matter, why aren't you trying to increase the value of black lives? Why aren't you out there trying to save black lives instead of worrying about being buried next to a white person? It's funny, isn't it? See, so I'm going to post this article on the bottom. You guys feedback and tell me what you think. Follow me on Twitter, FearlessJ1111, FearlessJ2008. I'm on Instagram. I am FearlessJ1111. And click on the PayPal link on the bottom and support. Show your support towards other black people. Support their channels, you know? Because there's a lot of black people that get upset with black people that make money on the internet, right? But you claim you love black people, right? You shout Black Lives Matter. But I guess content creators on YouTube, our lives don't matter. So feedback, tell me what you think. Subscribe. Until next time, I'm fearless.